Look around the room for those of you who are here in the sanctuary and those of you who are love streaming from anywhere on the globe. Just look whoever you're with and just realize that this is a divine kaleidoscope that reveals the beauty and the love of God, an ocean of devotion that will never quite exist like this ever again. So we celebrate it and we love it into greater expression even now. Bow to someone and say, beloved one, I see your magnificence. I see your beauty. I see the joy bubbling up through you. That you may be free in this dimension to bring eternity into time. And so it is. Somebody scream about it. Get that flow going. And be aware that as you have heard Reverend Kate read the theme of the month, which is the promise, the practice, and the possibilities, we are joyfully coming here to have our mystic chord of memory be activated, that we can actually begin to soulfully remember the promise that we did make to ourselves before we came into this dimension. And as we begin to remember that, then the vicissitudes of the human experience that imprint our mind, steal our awareness, and allow for ourselves to be buffeted around by time and space. When we remember the promise we made to ourselves and to activate that promise, then we're no longer under the aegis of the external vicissitudes. We are now under the cover of the power and the presence and the love of the eternal, and we get to share our gifts, our talents, make our contribution on this planet before it is time for us to go beyond the veil of seeming separation into a whole nother expression of life. Say with me, if you will, I'm here to keep my promise. To deliver my spiritual goods. And imprint the newest fear of the planet. That is all about the promise. So the newest fear is the mental atmosphere that records all things that are happening on this planet. And you're now imprinting it just by being here, breathing, and surrendering to the affirmations that you said this morning. And of course, the practice. There's all kinds of spiritual practices, but the intention to grow, develop, and unfold, become greater expressions of ourselves, living in a state of continual transformation, not settling for mediocrity in our own life, but embracing, not being caught by the conspiracy of mediocrity, but to be pulled by a vision of excellence in all that we are to be and all that we are to do. We are a practicing spiritual community. Say, we are a practicing spiritual community. We are a practicing spiritual community. Which means we're going beyond belief systems, which is another name for BS. We're going beyond belief systems to just memorizing spiritual laws and things of that particular nature, but we're a practicing community so that we begin to embody these truths, so our lives take on a glimmer and a glow of the presence because of our spiritual practice and the insights that yield from this particular practice. And then we open up, we become aware of this field of infinite possibilities, and then we almost are embarrassed because out of the field of infinite possibilities, we have chosen just a little tiny bit of reality based on our human experience and based on our interpretation of human experience and based on what people have told us about ourselves that were lies and lies and lies. We realize, oh my God, I've just chosen a little bit of the infinite possibilities. I'm willing to choose again. I'm willing to expand my awareness through spiritual practice that I can choose daily. Every single day, I can choose again. I choose dynamic beauty and love today. I choose harmonizing prosperity today. I choose well-being and absolute bliss and ecstasy today. We get to choose again every single day in the field of infinite potential. We get to rise up and touch a new possibility. Feel that it is happening. Move into that dimension of timeless, ultimate reality and anchoring on earth. That's how powerful you are. You are not little old peons that are being buffeted around by human experience. No. You are the power and the presence and the love of God. Yeah. And so when you hear the theme, which is promissory notes, are you listening? Yeah. We know what a promissory note is. A promissory note is a system by which delivers more and more energy, not to be hoarded or to be stuck. There's promissory notes that are in dollar and yen and things of that particular nature, which means it carries the frequency of circulation of energy. And so we have been encoded by the presence of God itself with certain promises and promissory notes that are like a symphony when cultivated and expressed and circulated that never ever runs out. Say, my promissory notes never run out. And so there is, in this consciousness, there are notes within us, a symphonic, soulful sound of the divine Word of God, which carries the frequency of a whole spiritual idea. It is a promissory note that we have to activate, embody, and express every single day. And a wonderful theme that has been emerging through me recently is the fact that as we are moving in this dimension of time and space as eternal beings, we are to remember our real identity. And as I said recently, you never want to, when people ask you, what do you do for a living? You never want to list titles and occupations and careers and things of that particular nature. You always want to say what you are bringing to the planet. So then if you say, what do? You say, I bring light to darkness. I bring love. I bring peace. I bring beauty. I bring joy. I bring harmony. I bring the power of God, you see. And though my career, my jobs, and my different titles that I have, doctor, attorney, nurses, plumbers, electricians, all of that stuff that we do, that's not our identity. That is the instrument that the real identity flows through. Now here's the deal. If you continue to identify yourself as that which you do, then you are limiting the great, illimitable, limitless law that responds to you. And in so doing, you come under the law of limitation because you are simply evoking the law of your lesser identity. When you begin to identify yourself as that which you are here to bring, now the great law of life responds in an unlimited, illimitable way. And now you begin to evoke, again, the field of infinite possibilities because you're not limiting yourself. Well, I'm a doctor, I'm an attorney, I'm a nurse, I'm an electrician, I'm a teacher. No, that's how you express the qualities through, but that's not who you are. And so in this society, which would pull you into identifying yourself as your titles, pull you into identifying yourself as what you do physically, you are to break free from that hijacking, and you are to step into the awareness that you are a bold, luminous being that has never been born and will never die, and that you have come to anchor this realm on earth as it is in the highest heaven, and then you will infuse your lesser identities with this light, and you will realize that you are the light that lights up all beings that come to the planet, though we all may be having different lamp shades, but there's only one light. Somebody's lampshade, it may be a man, a woman, a trans, a queer, gay. The lampshades are infinite, but don't become too attached to the lampshade. Love it. Let it express itself. But you are the light, you see. And when this occurs, now you live as a living evocation to the great law of life, to meet you, respond to you, recognize you as its own. As its own. Ooh, I love this, as its own. Because the presence of love and beauty and intelligence that's everywhere. You begin to vibrate with that. And then, poof, doors open in this world. Poof, opportunities show up. Why? Because you're not in this world. You are out of your mind and you're out of this world. You're out of your limited perception of the mind and you're out of the world as it appears to be and as it shows up regularly. It's called the news reel, R-E-E-L, but not the R-E-A-L. It shows up and it keeps hypnotizing you back into a limited purview, back into a limited perception. Not you, not here, not now. You're stepping up and having a great awareness of that which is real and eternal, which is where practice comes. Without practice, these are just words. With practice, they become insights, embodiments, and a way of living. Woo, flesh on the Word of God. And then you begin to be aware in this world, as Yeshua ben Joseph reminds us. He said in substance, listen, gather round. In this world, there are trials and tribulations. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the world of phenomena. However, you have a dynamic spiritual practice. He said, however, be of good cheer, because I've overcome that world. He said, be of good cheer. That's a spiritual practice. That's not frivolity. That's true play. It's true Layla. That's true dynamic feeling tone of such a joy. But it's a practice. It's not just putting on a happy face, which is a good start because it activates the chemicals in your body that keeps you young, activates the immune system, has a coherence around the brain. That's a good start. But ultimately, you come into this place of good cheer as a practice. I'm grateful. Good cheer is a practice. Every day, something's working together for my good, a good practice. I'm looking for the good everywhere, a good practice. And then you overcome that world, because as you've heard me say many times, the world that we see, the world of appearances, is a condensation of thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, points of view, positionalities that have condensed themselves into an appearance world that appears real, but it is an experience of perception. It is not eternal, and people get caught up in it and allow it to determine their moods, allow it to determine how they're going to be in the world. No, you're breaking free. And so it is in this awareness that when we hear in substance, the world as it appears to be might look crazy, but be of good cheer because I have overcome that world. And then you come into a depth, check this out, a depth of a feeling tone that everything is all right and everything's going to be all right. That the world of phenomena is going to change a lot. It goes forward, contracts, goes forward, contracts, goes forward, contracts. It does all of that. But you're in tune with something that is constant, and you're in tune with something that is forever. You're in tune with something that is changeless, you see. And so, again, in this awareness of transcending, there it is, this world. There's a feeling tone of everything's going to be okay. Now, a number of years ago, I was walking to my living room to pray. And I would say something like this out loud. I still say it to a degree. I would say, thank you, spiritual guides, aids, and helpers, seen and unseen, for the great power and love that's flowing through me this day. And I would go on and on and on. And so I said this out loud, and I was walking to my living room, and this big voice said, thank you, Michael. Kissed me on top of the head. I became paralyzed. I was rolled up with tetany for a period of time. I couldn't move anything, and I was in bliss. Even though my body was contorted, the bliss and the ecstasy was beyond. And then little by little, I became unparalyzed, was able to go into my day with a whole vibrational trajectory being changed, or let's say expanded in my life. The next week, I go to Sedona, doing a conference, me and David Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force, and he pulls out his dowsing rod to do some kinesiology on me, and he does his kinesiology. He says, Michael, you've been kissed on top of the head by an archangel that's vibrating at the level of 7,000. He said, the human body can only withstand 1,000. That's why you were paralyzed. And he went on to talk about just this trajectory and this energy. This is getting to a point now. Energy. So, fast forward, a few years beyond that. I'm in Denver, Colorado, about to speak at the Mile High Center there under the spiritual direction of Roger Teal at the time. And I'm on a radio program that's live with a man named Rick. And we're having a conversation, and Rick is texting me while we're talking. And he says, there's a woman who wants to speak with you. Can I give her your number? And I say, no. And we go on texting. And then he texts me again while we're still live. He says, this woman says she's a medium, and she's in touch with an angel that kissed you on top of the head. I said, yes, you can give her my number. So after the radio program, I call her, and she says, I'm trying to get in your business, but this archangel came through me and said that he needed to give you this message. He said that in the world, there's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff happening. This was right before the 2007 financial debacle that was largely caused by immature, unconscious, stingy bankers that put people into bad loans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was before that. It was before a lot of stuff was going down, up and down of the human experience. And he said, I wanted to remind you that regardless of what goes on in the world, all of your needs are always going to be met. Agape is always going to stand strong. Don't worry about the changes happening in the world. Don't get caught up in it. Stay in the awareness that we got you. You're taken care of. Life is magnificent, you see. And so that feeling tone of everything is all right, and that feeling tone of everything is going to be all right is imprinted in my soul, not just because of that particular experience being kissed on top of the head by an archangel, but by the deep and abiding practices that yield to spiritual insight, allowing me today to blast you with an activated word, a vibration, a transmission by which you get to feel right now the feeling tone of life is for you. The feeling tone of everything is going to be all right. The feeling tone of everything is all right in the eternal. This is activated so that you can feel it in your bones now. You can surrender and allow yourself to yield into it. And there will be parts of your mind that argue for your limitations. There will be parts of your mind that say, yes, but. There will be parts of your mind that say, yeah, but you don't know what's happening. Yes, but this is what happened in my life. It's still affecting me. I want you in this moment to allow for the utter yielding of the feeling tone of it's all right. And it's going to be all right. Whether you're celebrating an election, whether you're mourning and grieving an election, it's going to have nothing to do with the emergence of this dynamic power and potency of God itself. You'll see it'll have nothing to do that the Spirit of the living God can use anyone to make a difference. It can use any system. It can take bad things and let good things come out of it. It can, if we have enough agreement that this power itself is undaunted and untouched by time, and then we allow for ourselves to be conduits of this energy. No excuses. No excuses. Yield to the activation and the transmission that's happening. And then don't mind anyone else's business. Mind your own. You got so much stuff going on, you'll never have to mind anybody else's business. You mind your own business. What am I bringing today? I'm bringing the feeling tone of love today. I'm bringing peace. I'm bringing joy. I'm making a contribution. Mind your business wherever you are, moment by moment. Don't identify yourself with just what you do and positions you might hold. No! Identify yourself with the eternal. And that sacred law will begin to touch you and open up unlimited possibilities for your life. You will be able to say in your own words, oh my God, trials and tribulations, all kinds of stuff happening on the planet. But whoa, I'm practicing gratitude. I'm practicing good cheer. I'm practicing forgiveness. I'm practicing love. I've overcome that world. I'm minding my own business. And I see the light of the eternal flowing through me right here, right now. I let my body be healed. My emotional body, my mental body, my physical body, my astral body, my subtle bodies are now coming into alignment with the sacred, celestial body. And I'm living as a body electric, shining and glowing, with the power and the presence and love of God. I dare you to be great. I dare you to stand up with the great enthusiasm and proclaim that life is for you and there is nothing against you. Oh my God, I want you to take the dare. Every single one of you stand up. For those who can for a moment, just take a stand and feel that you're connected to the earth. Feel that energy going all the way to the center of the earth right now. Woo. Feel this energy rising up through your spine, up to the top of your head, into the realm of infinitude, so that you're aware that everything you want, hope for, and desire you already have, but you're anchoring it. You're pulling the power from the earth, but you're anchoring it on earth. Now say it with me, if you will. Oh, I'm making a promise today. I am promising to continue to take the next great steps of my evolution. I am listening to the inner promissory notes to deliver my goods. Oh, I'm a powerful instrument in the symphony of life. I sang the song triumphant. Everything is working together for our good. I see it. I feel it. It's happening right now. Through and as me. Oh, yes. 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 Somebody scream about it. Woo. You may now sit back down, but even as you're physically sitting, you're taking a vibrational stand in the awareness that there are promissory notes, the eternal symphony of the universe, singing the one song of unity and wants to express as you and me. Now, it's right. It's a promissory note. It needs to be circulated. It needs to be given. I just want you to come out of identifying yourself by limited identities, and I want you to come out of living primarily in time and space. That's why you have to practice. So you become walking, eternal, immortal beings on the planet. What am I bringing today? BYOB. Bring your own beauty. Bring your own boldness. Ooh. Whatever you want, bring it. Whatever you want, give it. Whatever you want, shine it. Share it. It's a return to sender universe. It's going to come right back because you're giving it out. What am I bringing? Beyond title, beyond limited description of what I do, what am I bringing today? That's my identity. That's my identity. That's my identity. And then the law responds, woo-wee, you are unlimited. You are beyond bounds. You are unfettered and totally free. Woo! God Almighty. Can you feel the activation? Can you feel it? Woo. Let's turn within in this moment. I want you to give yourself permission. You have to, because I'm telling you right now, you know this already, that there's going to be parts of your habitual mind, your conditioned mind, that's going to try to talk you out of this. It's going to talk you back into limitation. It's going to talk you back into the structure of the condensed world that's formed by opinion. Don't let it win the argument. Don't argue for your limitation. The winning argument, I am a place of prosperity. I am a place of love. I'm the place of joy, wisdom, and harmony. I'm the place of absolute supernal awareness of the allness of God. Win the argument in yourself so that the excuses are gone. And people might think you're a bit strange when you finally stop gossiping and judging and complaining. What's wrong with you? You used to bring us the good news. No, that was the bad news. Only good news I have to say is God is everywhere. You see? We turn within in this moment. That means turning our attention away from the world of effects and circumstances and situations. And we have that inner reflection, and we can absolutely be aware of what's flowing through us. We can be aware of thoughts, opinions, beliefs, points of view, projections. We can be aware of all of it. But what's important? That we are the awareness. We're not the stuff passing through. We're the awareness. I am. We're the awareness. I am. We're the awareness. I am what thou art what I am. Oh, that's the awareness. That's the awareness. And in this consciousness of expanded awareness this morning, oh, we just become the vibration of gracious gratitude. Spirit of the living God has given us everything, but are we gracious enough to receive it? Gracious gratitude. Oh, I'm so grateful. My heart is beating. I'm grateful that there are arteries bringing nutrition to all of my organs, and there are veins taking away and all of the debris. I don't have to do anything about that. It's happening subconsciously. Oh, I'm grateful for that. Now, when we hear this, be like the lilies of the field, spinning tall and not have one anxious thought about how you shall clothe yourself and how you should take care of yourself. Ooh, I'm feeling something here. Listen. I want you to begin to allow every area of your life to come under the same subconscious tendencies as the inner mechanism of the body temple. So you're not thinking about it anymore. You're just prosperity itself. You're not thinking about it anymore. You're healthy. You're not thinking about it anymore. You start off affirming yes, but eventually become subconscious. And, and while they are yet praying, I'm already answering. It's already a part of you. You're a new being operating under a new law. You're not operating under the law of heredity. You're not operating under the law of nationalism. You're not operating under the law of pseudo-patriotism. You're operating under the law of God. I'm a global citizen. I am a cosmic citizen. I belong to the cosmos. And I'm bringing the cosmos of the eternal love to the planet here and now. Feel it in your bones. Feel it. Oh, we're giving thanks for this. I speak the word for our health, the revelation of healing and well-being and dynamic good, harmonizing prosperity, pure joy, bliss, and ecstasy. The word is spoken for each and every one of us as distinct units of infinite potential. There is an activation going on. It's happening. Feel this. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Oh, success beyond which you can even imagine in every area of your life. Well-being and wellness, wholeness. All needs met, all needs met, all needs met, all needs met. Now! Right now. Oh, feel that. There's a feeling tone about to happen.
Yes, all of the ways I'd walked in pain, all of the times I felt I couldn't go on, the guilt, the shame, and all the things that held me down, they're falling away from me, all falling away from me. I'm rising up, yeah, rising up. It's all falling away, oh, away from me. Oh.
Just do this. Everything that has hindered us is falling away right now. We're letting it all go. All of the things that have hindered and obstructed, denied, delayed, it's all falling away right now. We're rising up. Say, I rise. I want you to feel something. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And when you hear these names, you're going to know that wholeness is right